Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm a performer and writer based in New York City who also works full-time, and this year I had the distinct honor and insanity of working on projects every single month that either went up or featured my work. So I wanted to take a moment to talk about all of that, reflect on the experience, and talk about what I learned. So we start with January. January was tough because I was coming back from obviously the holidays, and I also ran the Disney 5K and 10K. So I came back in about halfway through January. I had a commercial that I was in air. This was the first commercial I'd ever been in, so that was super cool. I had filmed it in December or November the year prior. And I also had my first booking for a voiceover session. However, when I got back from Disney, I did come down with the flu. Hi, good morning, which sucked. But it was okay because we rescheduled to February. In February, I obviously had my first voiceover session. I was recording voiceover for College Board's AP Latin unit, which was so cool because I took AP Latin in high school, so it was a total full circle moment. I was in there a couple times throughout the year, popping in and doing a couple of extra recordings here and there. Also in February, I did my first pop set. I did a breaking sound performance that was focused more so on my TikTok songs that I had put out, and I was also starting to map out what an EP might look like based on some of those songs that I had written for Song a Day. I also had my first reading as Frida in Skirts Off, which is a play by Nina Slowinski. They are amazing. This is from Amoeba Productions. Guys, I love Amoeba Productions. Every single thing that they do, I just think that they do with such grace and poise. Continuing into March, I have my second reading with Amoeba Productions, Skirts Off, this time reading as Henrietta. You'll see I kind of flip back and forth between Henrietta and Frida. Super cool to read as a different character and see the play continue to be developed, because obviously I'm coming in a month later and things have changed. Then I had a musical workshop presentation, which was a 10-minute presentation of 60 Washington Mews, written by my friends Lauren and Lena. This was presented as part of Across a Crowded Room at the New York Public Library in the musical theater library area. And to finish off March, I had my 54 Below debut with Joseph Thor and Friends Craft a Musical 2, which was super fun. Now, April was busy. We have 2 Green Room 42 concerts. We start off with Songs for the Queer Heart. I got to sing a little Ring of Keys because when am I gonna get to sing Ring of Keys? I'm not a child. And then I had Oy Vey, the Jewish Voices of Broadway, where I played and sung Carole King, which was a big undertaking. And I'm really glad that I did it and I pushed myself, but also, oh God, was that stressful. I also had a public presentation of Skirts Off that I was a part of, where I was reading once again for Frida. I also started a small segment of Song a Day, which was inspired by the Disney fairies. I grew up watching them, so sharing that with all of you was a blast. Next up, we have May. One of the highlights of my year was working on Stealing Time, which was part of Theater Now's Sound Bites Festival from Abby Goldberg and Raya Rofsky, and I got to originate a role, which was super exciting. And then after that, I hopped back over to 54 Below to do 54 Sings Adam Lambert. I sang a very dramatic song that I wasn't familiar with beforehand, so cheers to learning new songs. June was a bit calmer as well. I was fortunate enough to sing some of the songs of Nay Harris and Raya Rofsky at the Perlman Arts Center. It was so fun to sing these songs. They were from a variety of pieces that they've been working on, and their music is so good, you guys. Like so good. Then I got to do my first UGC project. Now this was super cool. They reached out to me via backstage, and at first I was like, huh, because UGC was very new to me, but I had an amazing time. I got to work with Ancient Crunch and Masa Chips. I got to go to the facility and film a bunch of pieces of content. They gave us a script and everything, which was amazing. Now July and August I'm squishing together because I had a workshop that covered both ends of it. I was part of Equal and Opposite, which was a new musical workshop by Annabelle Dinda. This was honestly a transformational experience. It's not often that when I do a workshop, I'm really like in the room multiple days because of my schedule, especially with working full time. I'm usually like hopping in to do a reading more so than taking off to do a workshop. This was like our summer version of John Proctor's The Villain. Like, it was just a room of girls. It was an amazing experience. Annabelle's music is so good. I'm sure you're already familiar with her, but if you're not, definitely check her out. She's so talented. Now from the Masa project, I got another UGC project, which was with Raymore and Flanagan, which is a furniture store. So if you see a Raymore and Flanagan ad on TikTok, I might be in it, say hi. And with that, we move into September. I got to do this new composers cabaret at the Triad Theater. I was working with amazing, amazing people. I got to present one of the songs from my little Disney Fairies Song and Day moment, which I had finished, and a bunch of other songs from projects that I've been working on throughout the year. I also was part of this really cool program that Sandbox Musicals does, where they basically will take like a scene and a song from a work that somebody is developing, and they'll bring actors in for like an hour, and then they'll learn the whole thing, put it up on its feet, and then they have footage of the song in workshop, and then they can also kind of see where things are working and where they aren't. So I got to be part of the brigade, and it was great because not only was I working with the music director and the writers were in the room, but we also had a director, which was incredible, and we got to really work on our feet, which was awesome. September is one of my favorite months of the year, and it also happened to be when I finished Song a Day, which I had been working on for over a year because I had missed some time in between because I was doing projects like these. So that was the end of my September. October was a little light, but I did have one amazing opportunity where I got to speak to the students of Western Kentucky University. One of their professors had reached out to me to speak to their class, so I did kind of an informal masterclass / Q&A. A lot of them had questions about writing, which is really cool because I've never gotten questions about writing before. Now, November was insane. We're back to the April kind of mentality here. We have 2 short films we're doing. To be fair, I thought it was just going to be one, so this kind of got a little crazy and overwhelming. My friend Chris started this program with his friends called Cohort, where basically it's a 2-week program. You're put in a group, they give you a theme, they give you a prompt, and you have those 2 weeks to write the script, shoot everything, and edit all of it. I have a lot of theater people that I know, which is amazing, and I'm always looking to meet new people, but it was great to also meet some film folks. And I was also cast in a short called Dates and Doozies, which was super fun. It was just crazy because I was like filming them at literally the same time, and they were on opposite ends of New York City, which was a lot. I also did a reading of a new play called When I Meet Her by Marianne Boaz. She was the director that I met when I was doing the Sandbox Musicals project. That's how you get the opportunities. It's by meeting other people and trying to bring your best self to those projects so that when they have something that's right for you, they think of you. Finally, as if that wasn't all enough, I rebooted something that I started back in 2022, which was a Gilmore Girls the Musical concept, if you will. And with that, we come to December. So December was supposed to be crazy, and then it ended up being a little bit calmer because a couple of things ended up rescheduled to the new year. We start off with Amoeba's Composer Cabaret. I brought a song that I wrote with Danny Koenig the year prior called In a Pickle, which is about somebody who works in a pickle-themed theme park. I don't write comedy songs very often, so this was a total blast. One of the other things that I had the privilege of being a part of this year was my dear friend Katie Brady put this song together called Stand Up, Feel Better. She got a bunch of vocalists to record it, and it was featured as part of the news segment for Berkeley, which is amazing and super cool. And then I closed out the year with my 3rd show at Pink Frog through Breaking Sound. I had done one the year prior, and then I did the one in February, and then I did this one. And this one was back on the musical theater train, so it covered a couple of songs that I'm writing for my EP, a couple of things that I'm working on for original projects, and then a couple of things that I had done on social media, usually related to IP. Now the crazy thing is I've definitely forgotten a couple of things, and this doesn't even cover half of what I've done writing-wise for the year because a lot of those projects are still in various stages of production. But the point I'm trying to make with this video is that you can have a full-fledged artist career and work full-time. It's a lot of getting up early and filming self-tapes. It's not easy, but it is hopefully worth it. And at the very least, I had so much fun, I made so many new friends, and I was exposed to so many great artists. A lot of these opportunities I got from places like Playbill, Backstage, Actors Access, but the majority of them I got from making friends and chatting with artists that I'm really inspired by. I think that about covers it. I can't wait to see what next year holds. So thanks for following along. If you have any other questions, let me know. That's more or less my year in review. See you next year.